Hey everybody! Welcome back to Grant and Marissa.
It's the second day of our UK road trip, and we're off to explore the gorgeous city of Bath, England. Come along as we try some delicious food and stroll through the cutest shops in town before we hop over the border into Wales for a pub stop you won't want to miss.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone, from beautiful Swallowcliff.
I can't with these place names.
So yeah, we are. If you watched yesterday's vlog, we are in. We're at the Royal Oak in Swallowcliff, which is, if you don't know, it's the pub owned by James May from Top Gear. We had a lovely night here. We slept very well.
Yeah,
it's probably the best. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say the bed was extremely comfortable.
It's probably the best I've slept, like first night after.
Yeah.
Normally I get like weirdly jet lagged out of whack and wake up at 2 a.m. or something, and I woke up pretty standard, like a bit before 6 or something this morning. So yeah, very good, comfortable bed. We woke up to the sound of birds chirping in the countryside.
Really pretty bird song.
So it's nice and quiet this morning. Let's look out here. This is outside, and I don't know if you can hear the birds, but that is our view this morning.
Yeah. So this morning we're gonna grab breakfast in a little bit.
Yeah.
They have breakfast for guests between 8 and 9:30, so we're gonna grab some breakfast, and then we are hitting the road, and heading to Bath, which is about an hour away. So we're gonna spend the day exploring Bath. We have a couple things we want to check out there.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're gonna do another 2 hours ish.
Hour and a half. Yeah.
To Wales.
Yeah.
So
we're going up to. We're staying in the Brecon Beacons national park area. Yeah.
The Dragon Inn.
We're staying at the Dragon Inn in Crickhowell. We'll find out when we get there. But I think it's in like a little town that's in Brecon Beacons area. So. So that's like a pub and an inn, kind of like what we stated here. So,
which is kind of the point of this whole trip.
Yeah, but we are staying 2 nights there. So we'll probably spend most of the day in Bath today, and get there a little later, maybe late afternoon to check in and then have dinner there. But because we're staying 2 nights, we decided to do 2 there because it is a big national park area with like a lot of hiking and stuff.
Yeah, we wanted some time to do some hiking.
So we didn't want to kind of rush a hike or be super tired and whatever, and then have to get in a car and drive somewhere. Yeah, so we're spending 2 nights there instead of 1 like we are everywhere else, just so we have a little more time.
Yeah. Also a note as we head into Wales, I want to recognize that Wales is in the process of reverting back to Welsh names for everything.
Yeah.
Including Brecon Beacons National Park. Brecon Beacons is the English name. I really tried to look up how to pronounce it in Welsh. I could not figure it out. I listened to the thing 14 times. So I recognize that it has changed to Welsh. But out of respect for the Welsh language, I'm not going to try and pronounce it.
I'll put a title on the screen. This is what it's called in Welsh. And we'll do our best. If we say something in the English thing when we're there,
we'll try and include the Welsh
we'll
name.
At least put, if we can't pronounce it, we'll put the subtitle of what it is in Welsh. Yeah. But no, that's our day. It should be. It's nice and the UK turned on the classic weather for us right now. So it's a little rainy but
cloudy,
it's cloudy and
50.
It's not too cool.
It's actually quite nice.
It's a nice cool temperature, I think. So.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna go have some breakfast soon and then hit the road.
All right, so we just finished our breakfast at the Royal Oak and checked out.
Yeah, we're leaving. This was great. Little note: breakfast was amazing.
Breakfast was so good.
We mentioned last night the service was a little at dinner.
Yeah.
That might have been the B team of the waiters, because the gentleman that served us this morning was on top of it. He was very good. And just a little side note: if you do stay at the Royal Oak, breakfast is included. Breakfast is only for guests, so you can't just come for the day or whatever and come have breakfast. You have to stay every night. So you just make your way downstairs, and he's waiting there from 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 to 9:30.
And it was a really good selection. They have porridge, and I got eggs Benedict.
Yeah, I got a bacon sandwich.
Which was incredible.
Yeah, we took a couple of photos. They were very good. And if you're not from the UK, if you're like from the US or something, you might be like, just a bacon sandwich, and like, yes, the English do bacon sandwiches the best because their bacon is so like.
It's closer to a thick slab of ham than American bacon.
Yeah, it's like a softer, like more juicy kind of bacon. So they just like pile all this bacon on a sandwich, and it, like, I just put a little bit of ketchup on, and that's all you need.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah. And then orange juice, coffee, tea, and toast, and it was lovely.
It was good. Like, really good butter. Like,
the butter was really good.
We got toast just to try the butter.
Yeah, because they had it like sitting on the table. It looked really good.
Yeah, but no, just we wanted to get a little update. That was a really good breakfast. Well worth it.
Yeah.
But a good stay overall for pub number 1.
Pub number 1. Now we head off to Bath.
Let's go to Bath. We'll see you there.
So we're having adventures in navigating roundabouts, which in New Jersey we call a circle. But they're very complicated here. And every time the Google instructions will have like 3 highlighted lanes you're supposed to be in.
It's like go straight, but then it's like
but you're gonna turn.
It's like it shows left and it shows right, and it's like I'm just kind of winging it when we get to the roundabout. But.
Yeah. So this is an adventure in roundabouts. I feel like Grant has really leveled up in his roundabout.
Also, we didn't film it because it was incredibly stressful earlier, but the getting out of Swallow Cliff was very tight roads, very narrow.
Very
a lot
narrow
of times,
country
like
roads.
having to kind of just like I kept every time there was like even trucks driving on them. I don't know how, and I was like every time like I just
it was like he was sucking it in, like that was gonna help.
It's like we're in the night bus in Harry Potter, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, really narrow, tiny country roads that were clearly not made for cars. But we did it. We got out. No, nothing was injured or hit.
Yeah.
So lots of really beautiful scenery, though. Lots of sheep.
We were saying this yesterday. I'm glad like renting a car nowadays, I think, makes this a lot better because of all the technology you have in cars now. It makes driving a little easier.
Yep.
Like our car has lane assist and little cameras every time I change lanes, and
keeps telling you when the speed changes.
It's got like a 360-degree camera that like helps when parking.
Yeah,
and all
there's
that
an overhead
stuff.
camera for showing where you are in the parking spot, which is incredible.
Which is very handy when we're in like a compact SUV. Like we have a Kia compact SUV, and it feels like we're in a giant car here.
Compared to everything else. Yeah, I really understand what the popularity of minis here now in a way I did not previously.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this is beautiful. It's really beautiful scenery. Unfortunately, every time I pull out the camera to film some B-roll of the scenery, there's hedges which block everything. So hopefully that we'll get a break of that at some point and we can get some of this gorgeous countryside because it really is beautiful.
The burning thing in the sky is out again.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Legend has it provides warmth and light. We'll see.
It's gone again.
It's gone. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We're about 20 minutes outside of Bath. And we're going to have tons of time to wander around today, so that's pretty exciting. Get some good walking in. I think we need it.
We'll work off dinner and all these pub meals we're eating.
Yep. I think we might do a lighter lunch and just grab some Cornish pasties. Did I say it right? Cornish pasties.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like a full pub lunch because we do have a dinner reservation at the Dragon Inn tonight. So yeah, that's what we're up to.
Wish us luck on these little windy roads.
Yep. You're doing great, Grant. You're doing great.
Okay, we made it to Bath.
We did.
We had to park in a very tight, small, little, scary parking lot, car park. The largest car was very difficult.
It was challenging. But we made it. We did it.
Yeah. Marissa had to go into a Boots, the first of the trip.
Yes. Because
Boots is the makeup pharmacy store.
My lips chap like crazy and all my other lip products were in my other bag, so I bought another one of what is my new fave. Not that anyone cares. This is going to become a makeup vlog for just a second. I got the NYX Lip IV. This is the third color I've bought. It's awesome. It goes on. It's a hydrating gloss serum, but it settles into a stain, so it's fabulous. So now I have 3 of them.
Yeah, so this is, we're in kind of the south part of Bath. We have no idea what we're doing. We just picked the parking lot.
We literally have no plan.
And we were like, let's come in. This is like just like a shopping kind of area.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Typo.
What's Typo?
So Typo this is the like stationery gift shop I worked in Australia while we were waiting on my visa.
Oh my God, do you want to go in?
So yeah, if you don't know, I had to go back home for a while. This is the store I worked at. It's like a stationery gift store.
Oh, this is cute.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, quick detour. As I was saying, that was the chain of store I worked at for a short period of time in Australia.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exist in the US, so Marissa's never seen it, so I wanted to show it to her.
I almost bought pens and then I restrained myself.
But no, this is nice. This is a nice little high street kind of shopping area.
Yeah, this is cute.
Also, shout out to Marissa. Both of our hats are crocheted by her.
And my scarf and my fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
So, there's like a little market.
Yeah.
Little guitarist. Okay, where do we want to go? Cornish Bakehouse.
Cornish Bakehouse. All right.
I don't know if we're ready for that.
I'm not hungry yet, actually.
Okay, I just wanted to point it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's multiple, or we can get one later on the way back to the car.
But I just wanted to point it out.
This is cute.
This is cute.
Little streets.
Yeah. M&S.
Yeah, we have no real plan. We're just gonna.
We're just wandering.
Yeah.
No. It's a little chilly, a little windy.
Not terrible though.
No. Oh, puppy.
Marks and Spencer.
Transparently, I wish I had worn my base layer leggings.
It's not that cold.
My legs are cold.
There's a lot of little side streets too.
Yeah.
It's like multiple. Do you need a coffee?
Honestly, that doesn't sound terrible. Mostly because it would be warm.
Or there's Cafe Nero, but maybe we'll find a Pret or something.
Yeah.
Because we do like Prets.
You just want a heckin' sausage roll.
Yeah.
Kingdom of Sweets.
Yeah. Or you can buy all your American candy.
Yep.
Kingdom of Sweets.
Which is crazy to me because European candy's better.
There's like
Fudge.
more random stuff.
There's a fudge shop.
Fudge shop.
Rolly's crumbly fudge. 5 assorted flavors. They have
I wouldn't mind
butterscotch
some
fudge.
I'm sure there's other stores though. Like
They
some
have
good fudge for
They
the
have
road.
butterscotch, Grant.
Butterscotch fudge.
Yeah.
So what time is it? I've lost track of time.
I have no idea. It is under all my 18 layers. 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Okay.
The Roman Baths shop.
Oh yeah, we must be near the actual Roman baths.
Yeah. York Street.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's pretty.
Okay, well, we're
So World
wandering.
Heritage Center is down this way, or
Yeah.
the bath shop.
Which way do you want to go?
Actually, let's go this way. This looks like it might open into like a cool.
Okay. City Bath World Heritage Center. Free entry.
We're not certain if we're going to go into the actual baths or not. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
Heck.
Look at this blue thing in the sky. So the sky is blue right now.
That's weird. That's the World Heritage Center. It's free entry.
Sort of alarm going off.
Yep.
What a cute little shops too.
Yeah.
There's some sort of
44 AD.
cathedral.
Roman bath.
The Roman bath. See, like this is one of the entrances to the Roman bath. Like it's.
Whoa. That's quite the cathedral.
Yeah.
Look at those buttresses.
I guess we'll go.
You want to go this way?
Here.
I think there's just some multiple sort of entrances to the baths.
Yeah.
So like these are on the left here.
Neck and pigeons. Not really important to anything, but when we were eating breakfast this morning, we were looking out into the garden, and there was like the biggest pigeon I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't see any other. I think it ate the other pigeons.
Okay, here's this. This is the Bath Abbey. Okay.
Bath Abbey.
So the cathedral we're looking at is the Bath Abbey.
Okay.
Look at the door and stuff. Like, look at
God, that is cool.
Look at the detail. There's something going on in there. They're cheering.
Yeah, there's cheering. Abbey closed for visit. Oh, it's a graduation.
Oh, okay. They're closed for visiting today because of a graduation ceremony. Okay. Oh, and this is the entrance to the Roman baths here.
Okay.
Okay, we're in just like a little. This is just like a little gift store.
There's queen ducks.
King and queen ducks. Yeah. This place has a lot of Bath and just general UK, Oxford, Bath.
Well, they have some nice scarves, which is silly for me as a souvenir now.
Yeah. Let's make them.
Yeah. Oh my God. They have a Paddington like TY version of a Squishmallow.
Okay, we have made it to Primark, which is the very cheap, affordable clothing in the UK.
What are we saying about Primark?
It's just very cheap,
yeah.
affordable clothing in like every way.
Yeah. And like every kind of clothing you can possibly imagine.
Like men's, women's, kids, but like novelty sort of stuff, nicer, like evening wear sort of stuff. Like it's crazy. You can get literally everything here. And it's like, see, like leggings, £3, and like
last time
shoes,
I found
£8.
a sparkly Rita Ora ball gown, which Grant, for some reason, told me I didn't need.
What didn't you get?
The ball gown?
The ball gown. The Primark ball gown, yeah. Okay, men's is upstairs, women's is on this floor.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not really in here for anything.
It's
but it's more just so you gotta have a look.
Yeah.
£6 t-shirts.
Last time Grant almost bought like a full-on the dad from Bluey like onesie.
Yeah, and I'm uncertain if I see it again what I will do in this situation.
I think if you see it again, that is the world telling you that you need it, clearly.
All right, update, we did not buy anything in Primark.
No. Grant was really trying to talk me into a cinnamon roll coin purse.
Yeah.
But I already have like, oh no, there's a Pret.
Oh, it's Pret. Okay. Yeah, this is one of our favorite just chain like, coffee places in the UK. It's Pret. Pret-a-Manger. They have really good sausage rolls and coffees. Did you want coffee?
I could do a coffee. You want
Okay.
to make a coffee?
Yeah, we might get coffee. We found a little market here, the Bath Guildhall Market. Cute. Oh, cute. Mm.
So we stopped in to the market and we found this little stall that has all of these fabulous pastries and baked goods. So Grant got caramel shortbread, which is like a mint slice, which is one of his favorite
Caramel
things.
slice.
What'd I say?
Mint slice.
Caramel slice.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
And I got a lamb samosa. So excited.
What do you want to
I don't know. Oh, there's seating.
Okay. So we found somewhere to sit. We're going to try our little snackies.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try my like caramel tarts, my slice thing. Yeah, so this is, it's like shortbread with caramel and chocolate on top. It's actually, it's like a softer kind of shortbread. It's cool.
How's it?
That's good. It's a bit more shortbready.
Okay.
over like caramelly. It's only very subtle caramel and chocolate. As you can see, like the layer there is so
thick.
thick. Do you want to have a bite of this, or are you good?
Oh no.
It's really nice though.
Oh no.
Yarn. Marissa just spotted a yarn store.
I had a feeling there might be one in here. It seemed like a solid chance.
Okay. Marissa's gonna try her. What is a lamb samosa?
Yeah, it's like 1,000 degrees. I'm probably gonna burn my mouth.
Good.
It's really good. It's got lamb, caramelized onions, and peas in it. It's good.
Cool.
Do you want to try some?
I'm sure.
It's lamb. You kind of have to.
I do love lamb.
Yeah. Wasn't that really good?
It's nice. It's only very mild,
Yeah.
like curry flavor too.
Okay, so I lost Marissa in a yarn store.
What? What about me?
I was just saying I lost you in a yarn store. This is really cute. Like it goes. This is the same market we just been in. There's a whole yarn store down here, and across from it is an old like used book store
It's
that goes all the way
basically
down.
my heaven.
Yeah. But yeah, it's right across from. This is where we got our little snackies. So.
Yeah.
This market's really cute. So we've come up to, this is called what, the circus?
Yeah.
And it's
It's a big circular area.
like a giant circle. With these like massive trees.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything, I think they're just houses.
Yeah, I think so.
And people live here. But super pretty. And then it looks out down this cool street. Yeah, this is very like, it's a very pretty little city.
Yeah.
Finally have a Cornish pasty. This one is apparently the best
In the world. Official winners of the 2017 World Pasty Championships. I didn't know that was a thing. But there's like
Lots of different
medium
types.
traditional, small traditional. The smalls might be gone.
Large, giant traditional.
Jesus. Red Thai chicken, chicken bacon chorizo.
Man, there's
Beef
a lot
and
to pick
still
from.
in. Yeah,
Chicken,
there's a
bacon,
lot.
chorizo, sounds pretty good.
Okay.
All right, what did we get?
We got a giant steak and eel Cornish pasty.
Yeah,
And
we're
then-
gonna split that, and then we got a sausage roll.
Yeah, because Grant can't help himself. He has to have a sausage roll. if
Well,
it's
this
an
place
option.
makes a good pasty. They're gonna make a good sausage.
Okay, I think this first bite is just gonna be pastry.
It's gotta be pastry, yeah.
Oh,
That was all pastry.
Let's try this again.
Did you get the meat yet?
I've got flavor that time.
Yeah, while you do that, while you're getting to it, I'm gonna start trying the sausage roll. Because you're still getting to the meat. So yeah, sausage roll. It's a really good sausage roll.
Yeah.
Now, have you got to your,
I think the next bite's the winner.
looks like there's some potato and stuff in
Yeah, I
there.
had some potato.
There you go. Good. It's kind of like a meat pie, right? It's kind of just like a hand meat pie.
Yeah, oh, it's nice.
Do you wanna try some? Want to trade for a bite?
Yep.
Okay. You wanna get some sausage roll? It's good though, right? So like, there's like pepper or something in there. It's just solid. Solid, pretty good.
Yeah.
I recommend. Yeah, so this is the Cornish Bakehouse. A lot of different choice too. They have some like chicken and mushroom.
Yeah, they have about a dozen different options.
Yeah, so if you don't want just a traditional steak and ale like this one, you can get whatever you want. Yeah, pretty good. Recommend.
Yep.
All right, so update. We spent about 20 minutes searching for a bathroom. They're very difficult to find in Bath.
But I found one.
We found one, public restroom. That's free, which is also a benefit.
Yep.
It was actually right near sort of our parking, like car park, where we started at the beginning, sort of on the south end of Bath.
Yep.
So if you're looking, it'll be in that kind of area where all the shops, Boots, Apple Store and stuff, it's around that.
Yeah.
And then we went all the way down. We're like, we're a little early. We still need to spend a little bit of time here. We're just trying to get the time right for when we drive up to Brecon Beacons that it's closer to 3. So we were like, hey, we gotta check out this Royal Crescent, which we haven't seen yet.
Which is like one of the most famous things in Bath.
Which is one of the famous things to see. Turns out it's all the way back up north again where we saw that cool circus buildings. So now we're walking all the way back up to where we were earlier.
Yep. Also, check out the church.
Yeah, cool. Another cool church over there. Yeah, so it was just, we're doing some extra walking, which I think we need to do because we're going on hikes tomorrow. So.
Yeah, we want to get our feet nice and sore before the hiking.
Yeah.
But no, like we're just not used to, I'm not used to walking this much.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, so I kind of threw a little bit of a fit, like, oh, we got to walk all the way back in like the other direction.
I actually don't think it's going to be that far.
I don't think it's going to be that bad, but also, like, we did 20,000 steps when we were in a day when we were in Japan, and I was sick.
Yeah.
So.
And the weather's cool.
Yeah, the weather's not bad.
Wool.
Oh heck.
There might be a diversion to a wool store, so it's just right down there. We'll get there eventually.
You found me a yarn store.
Just called wool.
Heck.
Okay, quick diversion on our way to Royal Crescent. All right, Marissa spent some time and some money.
I got...
With some wool.
Yeah. It was such a lovely shop. If you come to Bath and you're into knitting or crochet.
It's just called wool.
It's just called wool. There was tons of stuff in there, patterns. The woman in there was extremely knowledgeable. So if you have questions or you're not sure, you're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Clearly this woman can talk about yarn all day long.
She's chatting to these other two ladies and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I have to serve these.
Yeah, they had tons of patterns for reference. So if you're looking and you don't have something in mind, like you can kind of find reference real quick, and also she could probably come up with something off the top of her head.
Yeah.
So we got 4 things that were from their new spring collection. Well, 2 different things, 2 each.
I think we could just cross through it.
I won't do it while we cross the road. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So I got 2 in each of these colors. Grant picked this one, and then I picked this one. So no idea what I'm making. But it's super soft and feels lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this is coming a thing Marissa does, buying wool in European countries. Well,
which
in UK
like,
it was in Ireland last time.
Well, which is really fun because now you have your hats.
Yeah. Whoops.
And it's
I
like.
think that's just cross here.
Yeah, it's fine. Now you have your hat, and it's like every time I see it or you wear it, it's like, oh, that's the Ireland hat.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. And honestly, it's cheaper quite often than buying other hats. And I have a very large head, so now Marissa can make me hats that fit my large head.
Like custom? So. Yeah, we have to custom make Grant hats.
And that might be a hat. I don't know. That could be a scarf or something too. We'll decide. But
yeah, we'll decide later. But
little pit stop. Now back on our way
to the Royal Crescent to kill some time.
And then,
which is so funny because I had looked at yarn stores before we came here. That's not the one I had looked at.
But that was kind of perfect.
That was perfect. Yeah.
It reminded me of that little shop we found in Ireland.
Yeah.
I think Marissa's secret dream is to open a store like that.
I think it is my not so secret dream to open a store like that. I'm thinking yarn shop / bottle shop.
Oh, we're back here. This is that London camera exchange.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can stitch and sip.
Stitch and sip. Okay.
Yeah.
Trademark. Don't steal it.
Yeah, internet, don't steal my idea.
Yeah, if you're watching this, don't steal our idea.
It's probably already a thing.
Okay. Yeah, okay, on our way, and we'll hopefully be at the Royal Crescent soon.
Yep.
All right, we made it.
We made it.
Royal.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is really pretty. Nice big green with a lot of puppers running around.
What?
A lot of puppers running around.
Yeah, I'm loving these dogs playing fetch. Screw the building. Let's look at the dogs.
A lot of people are just out like having picnics and stuff, which is cool. Very breezy, but
Look at this greyhound. Look at this greyhound.
but no, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But no, that was cool. We actually got. It was probably only about 20 minutes, right? Walking without the wall distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was if you're focused walking in Bath, you can get sort of from one end to the other of the main city center.
Yeah, it's 1:38.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, I think we're gonna just sit
Kind
here
of
for a
mosey on
sec,
back.
and then we'll just mosey on back and then get in the car
Yep.
and head to Wales.
Yay! So, update from the car. We're about halfway through our drive to Crickle. And we are about to get on the bridge to go over the water, which I think is the border into Wales.
Yeah.
So
I'm very excited because we're now on a highway.
Yeah. The
About
first
40 minutes of this drive.
40 minutes, Grant was just clenched.
It was so narrow, surrounded by like rock walls, and I'm just holding it.
for dear life. Also, a discovery. Our car has a giant sunroof.
Giant sunroof, yeah.
So that's very exciting. I'm glad we found it on day 2, not day 7. But yeah, we're gonna go over this bridge shortly. So I'll turn the camera around. See, there's
It's a big bridge.
It's a giant bridge. So.
I don't know where the official line is that we cross.
I'm assuming somewhere in the middle. So
Yeah, is it in the middle or is it like? It's a pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's low tide, but. So yeah, we are over the bridge. Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
I guess we're in Wales, I think.
We think we're in Wales. Yay!
New country.
Yay! We think we're in Wales.
I think we're in Wales.
We think.
Yeah.
We're not sure. We made it.
So there is a sign. We're
Welcome
officially
to Wales.
we're in Wales. And we're all stuck on this roundabout.
Yeah. Yeah, we're stuck on a roundabout, hence why I was able to get a really good shot of the Welcome to Wales sign.
Dywed y Glyfford Goch.
Yeah, it's very guttural. Yeah. So.
That means red route, clear way in.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Grant's stressed again, but look how pretty this road is.
Yeah, if this is one way, it would have been fine. But apparently this is 2 ways.
Grant's freaking out. But what you can't see in the footage is that to the left of me is some really gorgeous scenery. There's just a bunch of trees in between, so it's not worth trying to film.
Oh, here you go. It's opening out here. Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular. Look at that.
Also, can I just say, apparently it's 60 miles per hour speed limit on here. I'm currently going 35, and I feel that's too fast. For some reason, they're little tiny roads like this. Just default to 60. And that seems very unsafe. All right, we have made it to Wales. We are
at the Dragon Inn.
The next stop, the Dragon Inn in Crickle.
Crickle? We're not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, we had a bit of an ordeal.
It was an adventure getting physically into the building.
So their parking lot is behind the pub. down a very, very narrow alleyway.
It was about 8 inches wide.
And we tried to get in there. The car, a little too big for it. If I was more skilled or familiar with this car, I probably would have been able to get down there. But I had a tiny little scratch on the front now. So
it's my fault because I was directing, and let's just say the people that direct planes, not the job for me.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. It's like a little scratch. But hopefully, like insurance or whatever will cover it.
And then, so we realized that wasn't going to work. So I was like, okay, I was already out of the car, so I went into the inn to check in and get our room key, and then ask if there's like alternate parking options. So I get in, she shows me to the room, and then I could have left my backpack here, so it was like one less thing to carry, but I was too frazzled by that point. And then I go to leave, and I literally fell down all the stairs and like scraped up my hand. So we were really off to a just roaring start here.
Yeah, but thankfully we found there is like a public parking like car park area that was actually not bad. Like, we're staying here for 2 nights. We were kind of worried. We're like, oh no, we're gonna have to pay to park somewhere. But I think because we're staying here over a weekend, I think Sundays might be free. It only costs £12 for us to park. And it's literally just like walk 5 minutes just down the street. So it's not that far. We now have to like wheel our suitcase back at the end too, but whatever.
It's not that far. It was.
I did not, because like tomorrow we're gonna have to be driving back and forth anyway to go on some hikes. So I did not want to have to keep trying to go down that little alleyway.
No, you would have been stressed the entire time.
Because it was funny. We drove past it a couple times and we're like, that can't be the alleyway.
We did like 3 drive-bys before we were like, that's it, and we're gonna try it.
And then I was like trying to get in there, and I was kind of stuck. I got out, but like other people were around, and I was like, is there another way back there? And they're like, nope.
And then it was crazy. As we were like getting ready, like figuring out what our next steps were, once I was back in the car after I fell down the stairs, we see this giant truck.
A giant truck pulls out from there, and we're like,
how the hell?
How did you get in?
Yeah, it was like a night bus thing where he just.
Yeah, maybe he just scratches it up a little bit each time he gets down there or something, but.
It was not happening.
Anyway, that was stressful, but anyway, we made it. This is the room. It's not too much to show here, but
no, it's very simple.
So essentially, it's just a little room here. As we got a bed. It's like a little coffee station over there, and like that.
And this place has a giant beer garden.
Oh
out
yeah,
back.
we'll show this.
There's like a little bit. There's steps, and it goes back there. Like, it's huge.
If you can see out here, you can see like this is like the little beer garden.
But I think the most interesting thing about this room is the bathroom.
So let's go through. So it's a little thing here. You go up here. There's a nice skylight, and then this is the shower. It's just a bathtub, but it is a shower head. So I just had a little shower, but it was like a sitting shower.
A little shower bath.
But it's nice. It's right above the pump, so it's nice. It's a nice spot. But
they give you like 2 shower caps and a makeup and mend kit. So that's nice.
Yeah,
it's cute.
Yeah.
What I read in the little guest information booklet is that the family bought this in 2013, and little by little, when they have like pockets of money, they're renovating it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a decent amount of rooms in here. It was like 15 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of rooms.
Yeah. But yeah, it's we're probably just gonna go down, have a drink and have some dinner. But yeah, that was our ordeal. It was also a little stressful getting here because it was like very windy, narrow roads.
You were already stressed when we got here.
Then we had a little bit of traffic, and it was just.
Yeah.
But it was very pretty, and
it was pretty, and we made it, and we're here. That's all that matters.
But yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, note to self: don't get like our car isn't even that big. It's like a crossover SUV, so one of those kind of sort of like not quite a big SUV, but bigger than a normal
don't mind me while I put
car
on the background.
And yeah, it's a little challenging in some of these small little towns. So if you can, get a very little car.
Unless you're a very confident driver.
Honestly though, a little car, I think I still would have even struggled.
I think you still would
with that alleyway. Yeah. I don't know if I would have got down there in that either.
Yeah,
that was true. So narrow.
Yeah.
That like
especially driving on the other side of the car, not knowing your distances in that properly.
Yeah.
It
was really stressful.
Difficult.
Yeah. And you were, like we said, you were already stressed when you got here. If you were like at your normal calm state, you might have been able to pull it off, but already being stressed was not going to help.
And the other guys that were around were like, if you come in from the other side, it's a little easier because you don't have one wall on the side and you get a better angle or something. But I can't.
No,
whatever.
Absolutely not.
I'm glad we just paid the £12 and now.
Yeah, that's worth it to me.
Hopefully.
All right.
We've got like insurance on our credit card that covers rental car stuff, so
it's just a scratch. It shouldn't be that much.
Hopefully it gets covered. I think it gets covered anyway, but we might have to be out of pocket until we put a claim in. So I don't know. Whatever.
We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
We need to not let it stress us out and ruin the rest of this. Right?
Yeah. Well, no. All right.
That's the update.
We're gonna go have a beer and have some dinner.
Yep. We made it down to the pub.
We got a pint of Guinness to start. And then this is we're in a nice little corner in here.
It's super cute in here. It's
pub.
very cozy.
We have a reservation here at 6:30 for dinner, but we're just sitting in. He's like, "Oh, you have that table over there."
Yep.
So he's like, "You want to just go there now?" I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah. So we have a nice little corner table.
You can see out here. This is like just out on the street here, but there's multiple kind of rooms and stuff in here.
Yeah,
so
that's lovely.
Yeah. But no, it's a nice little quiet, dark, cozy pub.
I think they don't have a ton of beer selection. So I think after this, I'm going to get a cask ale, and we're going to see how that goes. I've only done it once. I don't think I was wild about it, but I'm going to try it again.
Yeah, the whole like warm beer thing. I don't know. You had one in London, and we're kind of like, well.
I think I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna give it another go.
We'll try it.
It's the national beer of Wales, apparently.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try.
Well, when we get some food, we'll share that too. See how it is, but.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so the food arrived. I got a pork belly, which looks amazing.
And then I got the Welsh caul, which is like a soup stew. It's got lamb and giant carrots and this vaginas.
I think it's like one of their national dishes.
Yeah,
apparently.
no, it looks incredible.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, tuck in.
Hey, all right, we are back from dinner. Whoa. I am so full. I've never been so full.
That's not true.
I often get pretty full, but
no, that food was, I think,
exceptional
for us. Like, we love food that falls into the category of like, this is better than it has any right to be, and like that was this dinner.
I got the pork belly, which had like some pork crackling, which is like the fat like crisped up. If you haven't had crackling before,
if you haven't had crackling, I feel really sorry.
Missing out. It's kind of like a pork rind for Americans, but better. Like not. I don't actually like pork rinds, but anyway, it was.
You digress.
So the pork belly was super good, super flavorful, but then it had like a mashed potato that had pancetta in it, and so it was kind of like a nice
and a gravy.
It was hit the spot. It was perfect. I ate everything there.
And I had a Welsh lamb caul, which is like a super stew with like bits of lamb and carrots, and it was really flavorful and delicious, and it had a really delicious crusty bread on the side and cheese, and it was so good.
Yeah. That was delicious. I had some of that too. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of lamb, so that was.
Yeah, I got full, and then he just started like spooning.
It was almost like I said to myself, it was almost like a really good like pie, like meat pie filling that
in a soup.
In a soup. And then we got It was like a ginger sponge, like a warm ginger sponge cake with hot custard. So you just like pour the custard over it.
But what happened with the dessert?
We ordered one to share, and they accidentally brought two. She was like, "Did you order one or two?" And we're like, "Just one." And she's like, "Well, I put this in, and no one else wants it, so you guys have two." So we had two. Marissa ate half.
Yep.
So I had 1.5 ginger, but that might be one of my top desserts of all time.
I think it's in the top 2 slot.
It's definitely there. The other top dessert is probably going to reoccur right at the end of this video series. I need to have it again to compare. But by the end of this video series, we will have a
definitive ranking of my favorite desserts of all time, and both of them will probably feature in here. So,
and for those that don't know or are new to the vlog, Grant is like the biggest like
dessert is my
love dessert.
Like if I could go without eating anything, like if all I could ever eat again was dessert, I would be fine.
Yeah, you'd
like
be totally fine.
like I can eat pretty plain generally. Like in terms of like normal meals, like Marissa last me, like I could just eat a bowl of plain rice without like flavoring or anything. You have done that. Yeah, like I am totally fine for meals like that, but my like taste buds respond to like sugar and like dessert as it's like thing. Yeah. So dessert is always my thing. But anyway, both of these, dessert, main meal, like
so good. It was so good.
And you had their cask ale.
I had the cask ale, which I've had before, and based on this experience, I think the one I had previously was stale.
Yeah, I think we had a cask ale once in London, and we weren't a huge fan.
No, this was the Double Dragon, which is apparently Wales's national beer, and it was a cask ale. My hair is in my mouth, and it was delicious, super drinkable.
Yeah, and I had their cider. It was in Welsh, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a Welsh cider. It was actually really good. It was a good dry cider, not super sweet, which is the type of cider I like. But no, this place has been.
I will say the food and serving experience and beverages like knocked Royal Oak out of the park.
Yeah, it was much cheaper. It was cheaper too. Like our entire meal, and we had like three drinks over the course of like multiple hours. We didn't have them like all at once. We've been here for like 3-4 hours downstairs, but it was, I think, the price of what we paid last night for one main meal and one drink. We got 3 beers. Yeah, we got 3 drinks, main meal, and dessert. So like for about the same price. So and the food was better.
The food was so good. Yeah.
Like I'd say the accommodation maybe was slightly better at Royal Oak yesterday, but this is nice. Their car park was better.
We're not going to talk about the car park.
We're not going to talk about that anymore.
We're letting it go. We are moving on.
But no, this is a good start to Wales.
Our time in Wales.
Yeah, and then we're going to be here for 2 nights. Because tomorrow we're going to go do a bunch of hiking, and we didn't really want to get in the car and drive somewhere else after doing that. So we're like, let's do a whole day of
tomorrow
hikes.
You get to see Grant Marissa do athletic things.
Yeah. So I think there are 2 main hikes on our list. There are many hikes you can do in the Brecon Beacons area. Yeah.
It's a massive national park.
There's very varying skill levels. We are doing the very easy ones. So the first one, there's one called Pennyfan, something like that. And that is actually one of the more difficult hikes, but there is like a family-friendly version that we found. So we're gonna try to do that one. And then if we're still feeling up to it, depending how difficult that ends up being, there is a four waterfalls hike, it's called. So there's like all these pretty waterfalls to go see. So it's a lot of different things. We'll just drive around, see how much energy we have to do that.
Yeah. I think we should try and do both.
Yeah.
Probably be good for us.
Yeah. No, it's been a good day.
Been a really good day.
And yeah, we're gonna call it for a night. We're gonna go to sleep and wake up in the morning and have a good day in Wales. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that little like button and subscribe so you can see all the other videos in our UK road trip. Bye. We'll see you in the next one.